Today's subject is communication of love, and big part of this workshop is about the um, yeah, 5 love languages. The idea from Gary Chapman. Maybe did you heard ever 5 love languages book written by Gary Chapman? Um, so um, um, it's kind of bestseller. His it's nothing so much to do with Tantra, but it's so efficient that I feel it's very good to bring it into the tantric workshops. The idea is that there are 5 different love languages. How we express our love to the people, to our beloved ones, to our family, to all the world. And in a normal world, where the Chinese person speak to the Portuguese, they quickly realize that yeah, they don't talk the same language, and they start to communicate in another way. But with the love languages, it's a bit different, because most of the time people talk different love language to each other, and then they don't realize that they don't understand each other. And then, you know, like after being for years together, they suddenly like, why it broke up? I was so good for my lover. I was um, fixing everything at home. I was working hard and so on. Like, and why it didn't work? And she is thinking, you know, like, why it didn't work? I was giving him so much cuddling, like melting hugs and so much intimacy. Why it didn't work? Maybe why? Because they were expressing the love in different way. The guy was expressing the love as a one of the love language, the act of service, and she was expressing the love in the way of physical touch. So and if they express in different way, they just misunderstand each other. They can do a lot of things as an expressing of love, but if the other person is not understanding, it's like the Chinese person hearing the Portuguese radio, you know? Like, so the idea is to recognize those love languages and learn how to speak, especially the love language of your lover. So those 5 love languages are physical touch, quality of time, act of service, words of appreciations, and sharing gifts. So usually we have the most our best language, and we usually express our love to the world in that language. Then we have, of course, the second language, what we also like, maybe, you know, like, and also sometimes we express in that way. And then we have, of course, like the third, fourth, and the last. Yes. So the last usually we don't understand at all. So I will go through all those languages to explain you which one is about what. We start with the physical touch. So physical touch is melting hugs, intimacy, stroking each other, giving each other massages, and yeah. So the person who have preference for this language is very cuddling, very touchy, and so on and so on. Um, I have to say a bit specification about this language. Um, if you know, like the person is addicted from sex and like to make love uh, for release of ejaculation, it doesn't mean always that his preference of the language is the physical touch, because he's addicted from sex, yes, or she could be also addicted from sex. So if that, it could be that the person that kind of person, he like to make love, but he doesn't like cuddles, he doesn't like hugs, he doesn't like intimacy at all. So that means that physical touch is not his preference, it's only the making sex is his addiction. Yes, so this kind of like we have to remember about this. So then the next language, oh yeah, and if the person who, imagine also, this is according to the book, like imagine that, like, of course, we met each other, we fell in love, and when we fell in love, we have like full tank of like love, and if we refill this tank, then we are happy, we are content, we can continue with the honeymoon all our life. But if we do not refill the tank, then it means the tank is getting empty, 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 and when it's empty, then the frustration comes into the relationship, and it's quite hard to refill it, or at least you learn the love language, or your partner will learn the love language and so of you and you of the partner. That make the things easy. Also to keep the honeymoon, it makes it easy. So the person who doesn't, who have the physical touch as a preference, if she doesn't get enough cuddles, hugs, then you can give her all the gifts, everything, like you can fix the house, do the houseworks, you can run around, you can invite her for nice concerts and so, or whatever, do your best, but if she doesn't get this, what she wants, then her tank is getting emptier, emptier, emptier. And I had like in my practice pretty often this kind of like complaint. Yeah, like I know that he was doing his best, but for me, if he would give me 5 minutes melting hug a day, I would be so happy. And that's how it is, like so it's basically about not what you think she will appreciate or he will appreciate, but you give to someone something what he will appreciate. What so that's about love, like so even if your love language is the maybe act of service, fixing the house and so on, then you have to learn how to give the melting hugs to the person who have physical touch preference. So that's so the next language, quality of time. So this is the quality of time, like going to Rainbow, having rest, enjoying the nature together, maybe going for some concert, going to cinema, reading a nice book together, or like these kind of things, like when we spend time together, quality time, yes, then it's quality of time. the person who usually have preference of this language, he or she would like to go to the outside to the concerts, to enjoy the life basically together. Like he would take you to the cinema to just enjoy the time. Um, and if like for this person will happen, very often it is also like I notice in my practice, like it's very often happen, then the person may get some workaholic and who doesn't have time so much. And if you know, like he can be all the best, you know, like do all the work hard and so, but if he doesn't give the quality of time, she will choose the some free rainbow guy who will give her quality of time than the guy who have Porsche and who doesn't have time for her. Yes, and I will say yes, good choice. Then yes, if the person who you know like preference is the quality of time, doesn't get the quality of time, doesn't get enough time, it's her mostly this, you know. The other things, you know, she doesn't have to that someone will remember her birthday or something, but if someone remembers that about quality of time and in that way is refilling this tank of love, she would be happy all the time. So then another language is act of service. For those people, you know, like they really like, you know, like this, like the, you can say, you know, like they're like perfect housewives, you know, like doesn't matter, man or woman, you know, they are like, you know, want to do all the time something, you know, like for the others, like of course we express mainly the love to our beloved, but also for the others, you know, like they like to do serve, you know, like probably from many of the people who work in the kitchen, who work in the do the serving, for them very often very could be like that their preference of time is act of service. That's the way how they express love to the community and to the lovers. And if they will get into the relationship that someone is like giving just them hugs and do nothing, you know, like, and maybe asking them, hey, come on, let's go for a party and do nothing, they will think, hey, what the fuck? I'm doing so much for that person and he doesn't do anything to me. Like, what's that? You know, like, and you know, like, again, uh, you know, like, they would be hurt by someone not doing something. Yes. So then the next words of next language is the words of appreciation, and you can find here a lot of those people. They always say nice things to another people. They say, "Hey brother, your hair looks so good," you know, like, "Hey sister, you have very nice t-shirt," you know, like, and they always, you know, like speaking out about appreciating the life basically. So they um, always speak, oh, you are so good lover. Oh, the massage what you gave me, it was so wonderful. Thank you so much. They never miss to say thank you to someone. They say thank you for a very small thing. They always say the words of appreciation. And if you forget to say thank you to them, they are hurt. So this, the language what your preference is also the language. When you don't get expression back, then it hurts. So yes, if you don't say to that person, hey, how beautiful you look today, wow, you know, like, oh, or you don't say to that person, oh, you made such a nice meal, you know, like, then they like, hey, you know, their tank is getting empty. And, you know, with the time, if it's repeating the pattern, they get frustrated, and then the honeymoon is over, and frustration builds up, builds up, builds up. Yeah. So then the last language is like the sharing gifts, and like those people, they always, you know, like if someone have birthday, they already think 2 months in advance what to get to that person, that you know, like they make investigation through the friends, like, hey, you know, like, you know what he would like, and so they really think about it. They like, because the giving something to them, it means something. They always, you can see like those people who really not only going to buy something, but they also maybe create something for someone, and they write, you know, like beautiful card, and they pack it beautifully, that it's like for them it's like almost ritual to give the gift. This is their expression of love. And imagine that person if someone forget their birthday gift. So and or you just get the birthday gift on the way home in the 5 minute shopping without thinking. They would recognize it straight away, like, hey, you didn't put any energy there, you know. It's yeah, it's bullshit, you know, like, so, you know, it will hurt them mostly. So that's how the love languages works. So yes, today we're gonna play with this love languages to maybe already you by listening my talk, you already have a bit of clue what love language is your preference. um, let's see, like we will do today the exercises to exercise each of them, and then we will see if the exercises also confirmed the your conclusion for now. Yeah.